Alright, so in this one, we're going to be going over the GamePress tier list. Now, GamePress tier list, this one's a funny one. It's definitely the more... incorrect isn't the word, it's more... I don't know what the word is. It's just more... I don't know. It is what it is what the list is. So to look right here before we actually click on it, GamePress tier list updated. Green, Revival, Gohan, and Napa added to tier 1. Okay. I'm gonna, don't worry, go deep on Napa. I'm gonna go deep on Gohan. And then they put Saibamen below Gohan, and I'm gonna go deep on that. Android 18 moved down with an S tier. Tournament Power 17 moved up to S tier. Love to see it. Zenkai 7 Kalkin Goku adds to tier 2. And then his explanation for Gohan is, Revival Gohan is a solid addition to hybrids with the usual red, yellow, purple. Hybrid core will still be used in almost every matchup except blue, blue, purple. He's situational. Green Gohan versus Saga just gives an easy target for Revival Gohan. Purple to slaughter. No point. Goku still crushes hybrids. Okay, so let me debunk this real quick because this is just inaccurate. You don't need to bring a different setup when you're up against blue or purple. For one, let me just be blunt. I'm in the higher ranks. I can be in the higher ranks every season. Most seasons I am in the higher ranks. You do not see blue, blue, purple. Maybe once or twice every day out of 60 matches, I'll run into a blue, blue, purple team. So that is such a low situation, a low chance situation. It's not something you need to counter out. You don't need this new Gohan to counter out such a low chance situation. And on top of that, just to roll it back, FSK goes neutral. The whole point FSK is really good, and why he is such a behemoth is the units around him, and then he goes neutral. So why do I have to worry about blue, blue, purple when my unit goes from red type to fucking dark type with one main ability pop and someone's dead? It's not that hard to get. It's not that hard to do. I could still have Revive in my back pocket, or Endurance in my back pocket, and then I also have Future Gohan, which it doesn't matter, but when someone dies for Future Gohan, boom, neutral. And it's like, there's not much to worry about. This Green Gohan does not save you. He's not your savior of blue, blue, purple. He's not going to make you win a match because he exists. I just woke up, I can't speak. Ignore my stupidity while I go over this. He doesn't do that much. He just is there. He's a revive. That's all he is. He's not anything spectacular. He's nothing great. Again, tier 1. Yes, I agree with Gohan being tier 1. I think he should be tier 2, honestly. But tier 1 I could take. He's not your savior of the hybrids. Like, it kind of seems in this statement like he is. Like, oh, this is the guy. Like, this is that guy. Like, he's not. He's really not. And it's just dumb. But to look at the actual tier list itself, how they rate units, it's the same thing that they've been doing for a little bit here. 1% banner units, 9 stars. EX units are at 6 stars. And then Zenkai's are at 7 stars that are Legend Limited. What do they have? Zenkai or LFs? Oh no. Wait. LFs are at 7 stars. Okay. So where... Oh yeah, LFs they rate, normal LFs they rate at 7 stars as well. I mean, this can all be swapped around, like Z tier. I think Revival Gohan's the best unit in the game, just because Revival and how good he is with the units around him. FSK would be number 3. Future Gohan would be maybe number 2. Super Saiyan 3 is more reliant on himself, which is why he's up here. Again, Saiyans is one of the best teams in the game. So this part will never change. It's just the order of it changes, with Revival being number 1. FSK is a lot more reliant on allies. Like, if Future Gohan didn't exist, FSK would not be as high as he is. Given he'd still be like top 10 in the game, but he wouldn't be as high as he is because Future Gohan does a lot of support. You saw it with the Red Trunks. He made Red Trunks look very good, and Red Trunks does not hit that hard, especially when you look at his stats. The max damage inflicted he could get, he made him look good, right? Same thing with FSK. That duo is a very nuanced bullshit duo, but it's good. S tier. Look, I'm going to be blunt with you. This doesn't make sense. Look, Boo, whatever, I don't care. Boo, be wherever the fuck you are. You're gonna age greatly. It's not, like, you won't ever be bad, Boo. Like, that's it. Super Saiyan Blue Goku, you should not be there. Blue Trunks, you should not be there. Bardock, you should not be there. Purple Super Saiyan 4 Goku, you should not be there. Let me explain this. So, God Key. Why is it God Topo is this low when Blue Goku is this high? Yet, God Topo offers a lot more control of the game than Blue Goku could ever. Why? Doesn't make sense. Blue Trunks, he's not core on any hybrid setup. He's not core on Future because Future is more strike-based and it's better strike-based. Why is he up here? It doesn't make sense. Super Saiyan 4 Goku, you're not running him on anything. You're not running him on Saiyans. If you are running him on Saiyans, you're running Saiyans incorrectly at that point because Saiyans is blast-based. Namegoku, Super Saiyan 3, and Vegeta. That's your core Saiyans. You do not run this purple unit. You amplify your main three. You put Revival Goku bench. You put Kakarot Goku bench. You put Raditz bench. You put somebody that's amplifying them. You don't put this random purple Super Saiyan 4 Goku on your Saiyan team because he's not going to look as good as he can. He doesn't look that great on Saiyans. It's same thing with Grade 8 Vegeta right here. People run him on Saiyans and that's why he's rated this low. Grade 8 Vegeta, if you actually run him on his real team, kind of like Nappa, they look like units that are up here. But no, they are running him on Saiyans, and people are rating him on Saiyans, and it's like, oh my god, like, what are you doing? Gokua, I agree. It's just that I think they overrate how many hybrids players there are, because I run into God Key 50 times the amount I run into not Saiyans, hybrid Saiyans. Then I run into Saiyans about 20 times the amount I run into hybrids, and it's like, sure, Goku is great, he's really good, but he's really, really good against hybrids. You're not running into as much hybrids as they make it seem. Yes, they are the best team in the game, but you're not running into them as often as Saiyans, as often as God Key, as often as, not many other teams, but just those two teams, right? You're running into those two 10 times, 20 times, 50 times more than you ever run into hybrids. Well, I think he's very good. Goku definitely should drop a little bit. I think he's overrated here, especially at 6 stars, because that's what he's rated at, right? He should drop a little bit. It's just that his value isn't as high as they state, because hybrids are not that seen when you actually, like, get down to it. Look at how many people are running Saiyans, God Key. Again, you run into those teams a lot more than you run into hybrids, given hybrids is the better team. It's just how the game works. It's a more accessible team. Super Saiyan 3 Goku is more accessible because the freezing power. Namegoku's been around for a fucking while, so everyone has him Zenkai'd. Angel Vegeta's returned, and he was on Kid Buu's banner, which is a very good fucking banner. And then God Key, free Super Saiyan Blue Goku, basically. I mean, from the story, and then you just Zenkai him every day. God Topo is very good. If not, you have Vados, who's been around. You could have bought it with your ticket on, I think it was New Year's or Anniversary, one of the two. You could have bought her on that ticket thing. Evolution Blue Vegeta, if you have him, people really, really went deep for him. If not, Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta's returned a lot. Like, you have options on these other teams, which is why you see them more. Hybrids, it's that trio, or you're really not going to do as good as you could ever do, right? If I don't have Future Gohan, my hybrids will hit 10 times worse than this guy who has him. And that's why you don't see them as often. It's hard to have all these LFs when they're not Zenkai LFs, when they haven't been around that often. Rival Gohan's only returned 1 time. Well, 0 times. His own banner was the only time. Apologize for the fucking ambulance passing by the way. I love when they pass by at 10:30. It's the second one in the last 10 minutes, by the way. Didn't even record the first one. Love to see it. Future Gohan, I think he returned once? Once, right? Maybe twice. But even then, you still need Rival Gohan. He is, like, what makes hybrids there. Like, they all three make hybrids there, but all three of them individually are, like, good enough to run on their own, right? Like, you could run Future Gohan on Future, you could run Revival on movies, you could run FSK on hybrids, and just have, like, Goten supporting or something like that. But it's not ideal, right? You want the best, and getting the best hybrid setup is not easy. Which is, again, they rate all these blue units so high, but it's like, you're not always going to run into that team. Like, you're running into Super Saiyan 3 Goku a lot more than you're ever running into FSK. It's just, that's just a fact. Blue Bardock, they overrate Super Saiyans. Super Saiyans are not that good. Piccolo, I'm so shocked he didn't move up. Look, I know people are going to say Saiyan Saga is not that good, and I'm going to tell you you're wrong. Saiyan Saga is better than God Ki. Frieza Force is better than God Ki. Like, it's not even a question in my mind. Look, I have the optimal Saiyan Saga. Maybe not the optimal Frieza Force because I'm missing LF Full Power Frieza, but I don't think he's needed on it because it's more strike-based with Nappa and Vegeta, but I'll get into that later. You look at Saiyan Saga optimal. Regen is above God Ki. Saiyan Saga has a revival unit, an endurance unit, and a heavy hitting unit. Saiyan Saga has 2 lock-ins with the Yajirobe and Saibamen, a revival unit, and endurance unit. God Ki has a revival. Do you get it? Even just looking at the straight base of everything, what's more broken? Revival units or no revival units? Lock-in units or no lock-in units? Saiyan Saga has better units for this meta, for how we play the game now. It's just straight up fact. Piccolo, if I'll be real, I think he should be like above Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Like, he should replace Super Saiyan 4 Goku's spot right there. Like, Piccolo has so much value, even at just 7 stars. He has so much value. I wish more people had him to understand how good this LF Piccolo is. He is so cracked beyond belief. And he's so disrespected here. He should be so much higher. He carries 2 teams. And man, he does it fucking phenomenally. Like, and his teams alone, they're not bad. Like, Bardock should not be where he is when Piccolo exists. Goku should be like near Android 18. If I'm gonna be like blunt with you, maybe Red Gogeta level, but like near Android 18, I'd be happy to see. Evolution Blue Vegeta, you know, if you know how to use him, he could be like a top 3 unit in the game, right? Easily, like solo individual units, he could be top 3 in the game if you know how to use him. But again, he's on the core of God Ki that is very squishy and very top heavy. Yes, Blue Goku could tank. Yes, God Topo has some cut. But firstly, you're not going to have God Topo crazy stars. You're not going to have Evolution Blue Vegeta, the craziest stars, because even at 6 stars, and I have him at 7, I would know this, he's not going to do his crazy, flawless defense like Toshi told us. And then you have Blue Goku, who's really your only tank, and even that dies out, and Blue Goku can get 1 combo by the end of a fight if it's been like 60 counts. Like, he's not that tanky when you look at him like as a whole. That to say, Evolution Blue Vegeta is very good. He should move up a bit, but it's just that Blue Goku is way too high rated, while this guy definitely carries the God Ki team when you do run all 3 of them together, because that is the trio, right? Vegeta, okay. It's annoying to have to discuss this every time, because people really don't understand it. And I don't know if people just didn't show it off. I know for Nappa, the showcases weren't good. Like, I know my showcase was the best showing of him. That's not even me trying to be arrogant. That's just straight up how it is. People use them on Saiyans. Nappa's not meant to be on Saiyans. It's the same shit with this Vegeta. This Vegeta wants to be on Frieza Force. Why? He wants support. Frieza offers universal support without, you know, being a starting unit, right? If I start with Frieza, and if I don't start with Frieza, I'm getting the same support. If I start with Nappa, and then I go into this Vegeta, I'm still getting that support from Frieza. Then the blue cards. Vegeta stacks. He stacks. So the more cards I do, the heavier hitting my blue card is. So what is the common sense? Use Vegeta with Frieza, who holds a blue, right? Right. So why aren't people doing that? I don't know. People are running this guy on Saiyans like he's some mighty Zeus, kind of like the new Gohan, that's going to savior it, be like, yes sir, that's our red we needed. No, it's not the red you needed. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is still better. Super Gogeta is still better. Vegeta on Frieza Force, which I still think is better than God Ki, I think it's actually better than Saiyan Saga, is meant to be somewhere in this discussion. Again, I would say near purple Super Saiyan 4 Goku level, blue Bardock. He definitely replaces blue Goku, blue Bardock, but I wouldn't say he's up there. I think other units can actually be up there above him. He's very high up when you actually use him on the right team. And I know people aren't using this guy on the correct team when they are using him, because every time I see him, he's on Saiyans. I have never once, besides when I fought Goresh, right? Besides when I fought Goresh, he was never on a Frieza Force team. Never. Why? Maybe people just don't know an LF Frieza Zenkai. Maybe people just don't realize the team's actually good. You know, you have all these free units, and they offer a lot of things. You know, Robbery offers a lot. Maybe the other ones don't, but at least Z ability-wise, they offer a lot. You have Golda, who's HP. Ginyu, who's actually a decent unit to run. EX Ginyu. Like, you have these things. I guess people just don't realize it. Like, I don't know. But this Vegeta is so disrespected. It's honestly wild. And I do agree. This Vegeta is one of those units that's super star dependent. At like 9 or 10 stars, he'd be like top 5 in the game to me. But at 6 stars, he isn't above Evolution Blue. I think he is a little bit worse. But the teams, Frieza Force shits on Gaki. It fucking incinerates Gaki. I can't tell you more how badly Frieza Force can just decimate Gaki with seconds. Not even like a hard match. It's not even a contest, truly. Red Gogeta. I guess because Saiyans, I'm not going to try to argue him. Just I guess because Saiyans, right? I'm not going to disagree with that. Sure, why not? God Topo should be a little bit higher. While I do think God Ki is worse than these other two tags, I do think the other LFs, Vegeta and Piccolo, should move up. God Topo is still a very good unit. If I were to be blunt, I think he's the worst of the 3 on the God Ki core for that blast-based team. But he offers that sub-count manipulation 4 times and does good blast damage, so it's like, okay, you're good enough to run, but you're not just the craziest unit in the game. Like, I agree with his placement here, but he can move up a little bit, right? Zamasu, I don't get why Zamasu's here. Zamasu kind of just doesn't make sense to me, because God Ki is sustain or damage with the blast base. Zamasu's strike base, so you're not going to run him on either team. And then you have regen or future. And with how low they're rating LF Rose, because he's not even near the fucking S tier, and future Gohan, who obviously is up here, but then you have Vegeta Blue, who's also strike-based future. Zamasu should move down a little bit, probably like down here to like Super 17 Majube level. It's just that you can't accessibly run that team maybe to its ideal situation, and even if you do, with LF Rose being solo on this list, you would think Zamasu's also lower because they run together. Purple and red, they run together, right? Just think Zamasu's drop down a little bit. You're not going to run him on the other teams. Strike Future is his home, and if you can't run Strike Future, then you're not running him. That's just it. Namek Goku. Namek Goku should move up. He is the core Saiyans. Yeah, he's the core Saiyans. Angel Vegeta's in S tier, right? Yeah. Namek Goku should move to like Red Gogeta, if not up to like Trunks level, and Angel Vegeta should move up to like DKP level at that point. I understand Angel Vegeta doesn't offer that much himself, but what he offers the team is just too wild to pass up. DKP, I mean, cool. He's the only purple for Blast Regen, so I guess he has to be there. It makes sense. Android 18, she did move down a lot, and I do agree. She's very linear, very one-dimensional. To be blunt, I could see her being in Tier 1. Like, look at the strong reds, right? Vegeta, Zamasu, Gogeta, Red Vegeta, Bojack. Like, there's a lot of meta teams, which is Saiyans and movies, counter out Android 18. Just don't think she should be anywhere near the top of S tier, or middle of it. She should be Tier 1. But it is what it is. Yo, DKP, I mean, him with Fat Boost is crazy. I don't need to go over that. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, I think he's a better option with Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I've said this tons and tons of times. Him, Angel, and then Super Saiyan 3 Goku is the better core, but people will disagree. I think he is. I always think he should get more respect than he does, but he doesn't. Super 17 Majube, yeah, no. Majube isn't S tier. No, Majube's not S tier. Super 17, sure. I guess if you really want to like push it. But GT's not that great. GT's runnable for sure, but it's just not that great. Majube is reliant on Super 17 is the point I have there, because it's funny, they're right next to each other, and it's like, you need someone to supply green cards for Majube for him to like look like Majube wants to look like. You don't have Super 17, you're really not getting those green cards. It's harder to get them, 10 times harder to get them. And with that, Majube just drops down Tier 1 for me. I don't think he makes it. And again, look at the reds. Like, he's not contending any of those red units. Frieza, I do respect Frieza more. I do think Frieza should be very much higher. I think he could make it to a discussion of higher than Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, maybe even Purple DKP. Yeah, Frieza, again, Frieza Force. It's a team that you can't go. You can't just go against them and be like, "Yep, this is a free win." Like, it's a very good team. It's a very fucking good team. Gogeta Blue. He's better than Maju. Gaki's better than GT. That's just straight up fact. Yeah. Gogeta Blue should be higher. Not that much higher, but higher. Frieza, full power. I don't have him, it's hard to tell, so I'll just say he should be a little bit higher, but nothing crazy. Then Purple Super Saiyan 3. I mean, I'd rather run Purple Super Saiyan 3 than Purple Super Saiyan 4, but hey, that's just me. So, to look at Tier 1, though, and really just to point out my big gripe with this list here, because I have a couple, but my biggest gripe... Where is Napa? Hold on. Napa's Tier 1, right? Right? Where the fuck is Napa? Hello? Let me find Napa? Am I on, like, drugs? Why can't I see Napa? Is Napa Tier 2? Is he? No. Where the fuck is Napa? Am I missing something? There's EX Yajirobe, which, okay, cool. Why am I not seeing Napa? Am I... Am I missing something? I have to be missing something here, right? Okay. I'm confused. Where is Napa? I don't want to see Dead by Daylight. Tier 1. I still don't see him. Okay. Let me refresh, I guess? I'm confused. I'm so fucking confused. I just mind-fucked the shit out of me. Look, get rid of this stupid-ass ad. Is Napa here now? He was rated in Tier 1, right? So Napa... There! He wasn't there before. Okay. Yeah, so I have a gripe with this. I guess we'll look at Gohan first, because that's also a gripe. He's an update to the green slot for Hybrid Saiyans, but also slots in Saiyan Saga nicely. No, he doesn't. Let me explain this. It's just tedious. Saibamen, who is probably in Tier 2, right? Because they don't know how to rate actual good EXs in high spots unless they are summonable. Oh, Saibamen's not even here, right? He's not even on the list. Really? Oh, that's a good joke. Okay. Yeah, so, let me just explain. Saibamen does 4 million damage on his blow-up. That's a lock-in. Gohan is revived. Oh, no, he is here. Okay. I was going to say, they can't put him not on this list, right? Look how okay, yeah, because Frieza Saga is better than, or Frieza Force with the Apollo Squad is better than Saibamen. Okay, yeah. Gohan revives. That's great. That's cool. Awesome. Saibamen does 4 million damage and increases your damage inflicted and slice damage. So if you have, let's say, Yajirobe hits 10 times harder when he blows up. Saibamen one-shot nukes anyone type neutral or when he's advantage. With 4 million health. And yet, he's below Gohan, who isn't core on Hybrids, on Sun Family, on Regen, on Super Warriors, or on Saiyan Saga. Hybrids don't care about him. That's his best team because the equips, because the support, but they don't care about him. Saiyan Saga don't give a shit about him. Why? You have Vegeta, you have Napa, strike base. If you really, really want to force it, you run Piccolo and this Gohan. But thing is, Piccolo's not just blast base. He gets overall damage inflicted buffs every single time. Why is this Gohan here? This Gohan should be Tier 2. If not Tier 2, bottom of Tier 1. Shouldn't be there. Straight up, shouldn't be there. Then I'm just going to skip Yajirobe, right? Because I agree Yajirobe should be high up, but I don't think he should be that high up. But just look at Nappa. He's good, but not great. Overall unit that can nullify special card changes, was especially valuable in the meta. He's a bit fragile, and only core on one team. Yup. And they think the Saiyan Saga core is Piccolo and Vegeta, when even that is incorrect. The Saiyan Saga core, you really want to run Yajirobe because you're facing off against Saiyans in 90% of your matches. You want to counter out Saiyans, right? You want to throw Saibamen in there, for fuck's sake. But Napa. Dude. Oh, man. Okay, I'm just going to say it, right? The showcases for Napa were dog shit. Honestly, they were dog shit. I looked through them. I watched them. One of them had a showcase of Napa with 2 stars on Saiyans. Not his main team. Not his main team at all. Same thing with Vegeta. Not his main team. And then one of them had him with a Frieza plus equip, a equipment that is defense against Saiyans. And again, on Saiyans. 2 of the most seen showcases had him on the wrong team with either bad equips or incomplete stars, because all-star banner units are going to be 6 stars. You don't look at them at 2 stars. LFs, you look at 2 stars. LFs, you look at 3 stars. All-star units, you summon them once, you buy the mission plan, you get them to 6 stars. It's really that simple. Both showcases did them terribly. If you ever want to see a showcase of Napa that makes him look good, to where he's not, as they say here, because I will quote them, a bit fragile, watch a showcase with him on Frieza Force. I had him with double HP equips because you know what Napa does, and this is why he's not fragile, because I've had situations where I start off with less health, and then I end off with more health than when I started. Not fragile. But hey, keep going. You put double HP equips on him, right? You put him with an HP bench, because he gets HP back every time he draws a Striker Blast. 3%. If you stack that up with doing damage, with keeping him in the battlefield, firstly, that's 15% healing he's getting if he's taking a combo and you just finished their combo. 15%. Then, let's say you do your own combo, and you pop his main, you get card draw speed. You can heal up to 21 to 27% in one combo. Then, nullify special cover change 3 times for 15 counts. Higher than Gogeta Blue could ever do it, because he does it for 10 counts 3 times, I believe. On top of, which is, again, silly, I have to even point this out, you pop his blue card. It destroys all the strikes in your hand. You know why this is such a great blue card? Firstly, it's quick animation. It's a beam. And then, you draw cards with your card draw speed for, I think, 30 counts, 40 counts, I believe, with Napa, and heal. On top of everything else, to say he's not squishy, he has 50% cut for 5 counts, and 30% infinitely, or 20% infinitely. He's not squishy. You just run him on the real team, on the right team, with good equips, normal stars, and they rate these units at 9 stars. He's not squishy. He's very good. I think as an individual unit, when you play against normal Namegoku players, because I've said this thousands of times, but people twist the words, I guess. Most Namegoku players are shit with Namegoku. Just straight up, point blank, period. If you play against an average Namegoku player, this Napa will shit stomp them at 9 stars. Easily. He shit stomps most units at 9 stars. He is not fragile, because you read his kit, you know he's not fragile. You run him with the right equips, he's not fragile. You run him with LF Frieza, who's going to supply the blue cards, that's going to, destroy my hand because I'm switching strike to, or blast to strike, and boom, blue card. I'll draw 4 more cards because I popped the blue, I had 3 strikes in hand, boom, and I have card draw speed, heal, 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 heal. If you use him correctly, Napa is middle of S tier. I would put him above God Topo, right? Because I think God Key is worse than Saiyan Saga. Frieza Force is definitely better than Saiyan Saga, and God Key. This Napa, the showcases for him were ass. That's just it. Like, it hurts. It hurts to see him rated so low. Not because it's actually true, but because the showcases were so awful. I think my showing of him was fine. At 8 stars, which again, they rate him at 9 stars, so it's not like it's a bullshit showcase. But hey, they want to rate him down here. They rate him down here. They just are missing the mark, and this is just straight up incorrect. It is. Maybe Gohan, okay. Argue with Saibamen, sure. Argue him. But Napa, you are incorrect with this. You probably will put Napa in S tier the next time this list is updated, because Napa is that good, right? It just is how it is. Another ambulance. Why is there whooping every 5 seconds? I love to see it. Then to keep going, Nothing that insane against Saibamen. You can argue he should be higher. LF Rose, I don't understand the disrespect. Why is Zamasu 10 times higher than LF Rose when they're both essentially the same thing? One's just squishier than the other. One sustains 2 milliseconds longer than the other. LF Rose has slander on his name, which I don't understand. I mean, even Bergamo has slander on his name, which is actually a very good unit, but yeah. The bottom of this list doesn't really matter. It's just that Napa should not be where he was. Napa's really high. Napa should be in this area, like, easily. It's not even a question. He's better than Goku at 9 stars. Just run him on the proper team. It's not that hard to do. Truly, it's not. Maybe it's a little more premium, but we're looking at these units at premium value, right? This Vegeta is not always going to be at 6 stars for people. LF Frieza is not always going to be Zenkai for people. But if we're looking at that type of team, Nappa's better. A lot better. Let me know what you guys think of the GamePress tier list. I personally think this is one of the worst lists they have updated, with everything all-encompassing. Not even just Nappa, not even just Gohan, just all-encompassing. They maybe just didn't watch the right showcases, didn't use the unit correctly. I don't know what they did, but I just know from experience. Gohan, sure, argue him, but I still think Saibamen shits on him all day, every day. Nappa, it's not even an opinion. It's just a fact. They probably watched like a showcase where he was on the wrong team. You don't run Nappa on Saiyans. You don't run Grade 8 Vegeta on Saiyans. You run them on Frieza Force because, guess what? Both of them want blue cards. Guess what? They optimize with blue cards. And guess what? They actually do well on the right team. It's how teams work. You wouldn't run God Topo on a fucking God Destruction team. You're going to run God Topo and God Ki, which is a lot better than God Destruction only, right? Same concept. All in all, let me know what you guys think of this tier list. I think it is funny how they rated these units. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys disagree with me. Let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next one.